What's going on, Central Unit? It's Central Man here. So this is my review of AEW Dynamite for the 23rd of December 2020. This is the Christmas episode of Dynamite. They dubbed it as Holiday Bash. So it started off with a tag team match. We got Chris Jericho and MJF representing the Inner Circle taking on, what was it, Durant and Darius Martin, aka Top Flight. This was a good match. Back and forth. There was one spot. I think Darius or Durant hit like a sunflip powerbomb onto Jericho. At the same time, Jericho hit like a catapult. I think it was one of the Martin's brother out of the top rope, and he kind of countered into a splash onto MJF. That was cool to see. In the end, MJF got the victory, hit one of the Martin's brothers with the Heat Seeker, and then you got Jake Hager on the mic, talked about every member of the Inner Circle do their job instead of Wardlow, called him an asshole, and challenged him to a match at next week's Dynamite. That is this week. So in the next, we got the Claim doing like a wrap-in video towards the Young Bucks. It was just building heat towards the main event. I'll get to it later on. Didn't do nothing for me. It's just okay. And then we got Tony Schiavone interviewing Sting, why he's here in AEW, and then, Sting brings up like how Dusty Rhodes, motivate me, in his match with Ric Flair way back in the 80s and become the man he was now. And also, he kind of put over Cody, he said about leading the charge of AEW, I want the action. This segment keep cutting the scenes of Darby Allin in the rafters. Darby Allin is the TNT champion. And then you got Team Taz interfered. Basically, Taz shitting on Tony Schiavone, calling him a jabroni, every time he says, it's Sting, he said, I'm sick of that shit. And then Ricky Sparks, said about you to Sting, keep your nose in our business, said about you're gonna get hurt in this jungle. They're about to come to the ring and trying to jump Sting, but instead they got thwarted by Darby Allin. The lights gone out and Darby Allin appears in the ring. I think this is planting the seeds of a match between Darby Allin versus Sting. On paper, sounds like a good idea, Sting passing the torch to Darby Allin. Who knows? I can't wait. That'll be like a future match, probably going into 2021. Okay, and then we got this heart-filling segment with MJF and his fellow members of the Inner Circle. That's Santana and Ortiz. He kind of was emotional. They brought up how I think it's one of the members of Inner Circle lost their family relative, and MJF talk about he lost his granddad. They kind of I think it's kind of put the difference aside, did like the hip hop type of pat, and that was it. Is it leading up to an MJF heel turn? Sorry, not heel turn, but a babyface turn for MJF, because he was a babyface since the start of Dynamite. Then he turned heel in the feud with Cody. That was late last year in 2019. Anyway, so I don't know. Fingers crossed. Anyway, the next match, we got a 6-man tag team match. We got Jungle Boy Jack Perry, Luchasaurus, and Marco Stunt of the Lucha Express taking on 3 members of the Dark Order. That is 5, 10, and Colt Cabana. It was a fun 6-person tag team match. In the end, the Lucha Express got the victory. I think it was an alley-oop and a powerbomb combo onto, I think it was 5 or 10 to score the victory. And then you got a backstage segment with, FTR and Tully Blanchard. Blanchard called the Lucha Express Jurassic Park. I think it's a bit of a movie reference, and challenged into a match on the, I think it was the 6th of January episode of Dynamite. I think it's part 2 of their New Year's Bash. So, and then you got like Marco trying to go after FTF, and then, not FTR, sorry, and then you got like Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus trying to pull him, trying to stop him going after FTR. Okay, and then we got an interview segment with Kenny Omega, the AEW World Champion, and Don Callis. And Callis, he's kind of like sick of AEW wrestlers running amok And then, Kenny Omega really took some dibs at Rey Fenix, said about, you choke on big matches, talked about the bump of the head. Really talk about that match. I think it was on the 6th of January's episode of Dynamite he will face. I don't know, it's for the World Championship. Not too sure. But it's just what it is, Moving on to the next match. The next match, we got Pac versus the Butcher. It was a good match. Big versus little big man, because Pac is small in stature but full of muscles. In the end, you had Lance Archer trying to go after Eddie Kingston, who was in commentary. I think Butcher was trying to go after Lance Archer, but instead Pac got the victory, hit the Black Arrow to score the victories. It's a good win for Pac. It's been ages. It's got to do to the coronavirus pandemic. That's why he's not on AEW television for the whole bulk of 2020. They're kind of like this. They're not. I think they're still on good terms between Lance Archer and Pac. I don't know. It's the first time in ages I review a AEW Dynamite. Anyway. There was like a segment with Jade Cargill wants a match. I completely took it off the list. Doesn't do nothing for me. Okay, and then we got Kip and Penelope and Miro announced their wedding date and once again they're crapping on Shavani. That's a typical shtick of the heels in AEW, crapping on Tony Schiavone. He's a good guy. They were about to announce their date, but it was interrupted by the Best Friends theme music. Unfortunately, it's a ruse. Then they basically beat down one member of the Best Friends, that is Trent Beretta. They put him in the ambulance, and both Orange and Chuck jump in the same ambulance to support Trent, and they were laughing. It was a ruse. And then they announced that the wedding would be on a beach. It's going to be, the special episode of Dynamite will be called Beach Break. That'll be on, I think it was February the 3rd, 2021. I can't wait. So, moving on to the next match. The next match, we've got Dustin Rhodes versus Evil Uno, represent the Dark Order. It was an okay match. It was fun for what it is. The match ended in disqualification. I think it had, I think it was, what's his name? John Silver, the bald head guy of the Dark Order. Basically, I think he attacked Dustin Rhodes, and then you got QT Marshall trying to get involved, trying to save the day. He got beaten down, and then you got I think he's called Lee Johnson, came down to the rescue to save both Dustin and QT over the Dark Order. Is it the last time we're going to see the Dark Order because of the death of Brody Lee? We don't know. And then we got Sean Spears' interview with Tony Schiavone. He took a dib at Tony Schiavone while he took a break from in the wrestling business for the last 15 years. He's sick of being held down by Tony Khan and Cody Rhodes. He basically really removed the Wyndham glove that was worn by Barry Windham. Tully's former member of the Four Horsemen. Schiavone took a dig at Sean Spears. It might not be them, it's you. Spears called Schiavone a piece of shit and walked off. So, wow, Sean Spears, man. They dropped the ball. WWE dropped the ball on him, and now AEW's dropping the ball on him. He's not really getting a big break, Teaming up with Tully out could be on paper sound like a good idea, and they didn't do nothing with him. It's just like, I thought he's going to be teaming up with FTR, doing like this faction, but unfortunately, that's not really the case. Then we got a interview segment with, you got Shida's about to say something, and then you got Abdulman, basically jumped Shida, then it turned out to be a brawl between Shida and Abdulman. Sorry. And then we got Shida versus Alex Grazia. It was a decent match. Shida attacked Abdulman, pulled him out of the crowd, attacked her. She's about to get counted out. In the end, hit Grazia with the Falcon Arrow. And then Abdulman bit Shida in the neck. That's hardcore, I think Abdulman is basically a zombie character. How are they getting away, AEW, I thought they're going to get sued because it's similar to Rosemary, you know, from Impact Wrestling, because everyone knows AEW and Impact Wrestling is in this working relationship. Anyway, moving on to the main event. The main event, we got the Young Bucks defending the AEW Tag Team Championships against the Acclaim. That is Anthony Bowen and Max Custard. Oh, Custon. I can't pronounce his surname. Stupid name, you know, Max Custard. I think it's Custon. Anyway, the match was good. There was like a referee bump. I think one of them hit one of the Young Bucks with a boombox, but unfortunately cannot get the job done. I think like Young Bucks hit like a Doomsday device on one of them. I think it was Bowen or Max, but Max kicked out from that. Max Custon. It's gotta be Custard. I keep calling him Custard. Who names after a, you know, custard you put on your dessert? Anyway, in the end, yeah, I think it's Nickel Matt powerbomb one member of Acclaim through a table, hit the BV trigger to win this match and retain the AEW Tag Team Championships. Anyway, so my final rating for of the Holiday Bash episode of Dynamite, I give it a 7 out of 10. Oh, I don't really give it an 8. It wasn't that great of a show, but it was a decent show. Nothing bad. The only thing in the okay has to be probably Dustin Rhodes versus Evil Uno. It's okay for what it is. Besides that, the opener to the main event was good. It's building up to the 2 New Year's Bash episodes of Dynamite this week and next week, the week after, on the 6th of January. So, anyway, so I hope you enjoyed my review of AEW Dynamite for the 23rd of December 2020. Leave your thoughts and comments section below. And smash the like button, click the notification bell, and subscribe to the Central Man Network on YouTube for more wrestling videos, game streams, live streams, and more. And this is the Central Man officially signing out. Check you later.